Okay, and the last thing we're going to do is go ahead and hook up our drain line from the side of the valve here to our drain. Okay, so for the drain side of the drain line, we'll go ahead and put our air cap in here. Now the air gap, the thing with it, you just use regular contact or PVC cement, primer and cement. You go install that on top of your drain. Basically, this doesn't allow, if there ever was a drain back up, to come back up into your water, drinking water. Okay, so we've got our drain line, and basically we're just going to use a couple of hose clamps to connect everything up. So we'll go ahead and install that guy. And then on the valve side, it's just basically right here on, here's your drain line right here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and prepare our system for our initial backwash cycle. Again, you wanted to make sure you had that bleach in there and you let it soak for at least an hour. First thing we'll do is go ahead and open our inlet water valve. Okay, so right now you're going to have water through the bypass to your closed valve to your house. So this is a good time just to leak check everything through all of your flex line hookups. Remember, there's no water coming to the cylinder yet. It's just coming through the bypass valve and around. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and manually put the valve into backwash cycle. I'm going to actually use the app for that. So basically here is your backwash cycle. We're going to go ahead and hit regenerate now. Hit OK. And you can hear the valve go into the backwash. Okay, once you're in, you see 1 in your 10 minutes and you're in your first backwash cycle, we're going to slowly open your inlet valve. What you're going to do is you're going to see particulate and stuff coming out through here. It's going to get real black and then it'll probably turn to a lighter gray. So what you're going to do is just let that feed, let the air bubbles all come out. Once you see more of a steady flow, you slowly open this up. Just let it sit there for a minute or two in between each little nudge, and eventually, you know, you'll just see the air bubbles all go away and you'll see this starting to clear up. You're basically right now what you're doing is you're forcing water down through the tube and up through the media, so you're just getting all that real fine particulate out of the media. So eventually you're going to be all the way open. You're going to want to just let that continue to run, but for this demonstration purpose, I'm going to go ahead and go into the next regeneration step. And this is the rest period. So again, you can let it rest. You should just let it rest the 5 minutes. Remember, these will automatically go through these cycles once you start them, and you can just run them through, but for the demonstration purposes I'm going ahead and advancing it. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and advance this. Okay, so now the valve is in step 3. So as you see, it's time for 6 minutes. So now what you're doing is you're pushing the water down through the media back up through the tube. So this would be the direction that would happen when you were in service. So what you're going to do is you're going to see this gradually clearing up, clearing up, clearing up. Let it run its full 6 minutes. Okay? Once its 6 minutes is up, and again I'm just going to force it to the next step. Okay, now we're back into its normal cycle, and as you can see, it's bouncing back and forth between the time and the days left for regen. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go through that backwash regeneration cycle 2 to 3 more times. Bottom line is at the end of your rapid rinse, you want to see the water clear coming out here. The backwash, you're going to continually see that dirt, but that's going to drain, that's okay. So once you've done 2, 3, 4 backwash cycles and you see this at the end of a rapid rinse become clear, now it's okay to go ahead then, and what we'll do is we would open this valve back up, your outlet valve. Okay, so we highly recommend you install a hose bib here. So what we want to do now, we basically have water coming through, down through the cylinder and out. So before we open the house supply valve, we're going to want to go ahead and open this, hook a garden hose to it, run it outside, and go ahead and flush the system a little bit. That'll get rid of any particulate that was up in here that might have been caused when you were hooking up. If you've got older pipes, older galvanized pipes, rusty stuff might have come loose with your installation. So anyway, you want to flush that and make sure you got good clean water coming out of here. Once you've done that, you can go ahead and close this. You can go ahead and open your supply to the house, and then you're good to go. Okay, so our system's all ready to use. We're up and running. The last thing we want to do is go ahead and install a 9-volt backup battery. This is if your power ever goes out, you won't lose your programming here. So basically, there's a little tray right here in front of the valve. You just plug in a regular 9-volt battery, and then we'll just go ahead and reinstall the dust cover. Okay, that's all for this instruction video. Thanks, and have a great day.